In the land of Pooie, where the tokens play, at your heart the king leading the way. It's golden the day, golden and grand, for his dear mom in this magical land. King Pooie, where memes and never meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pooie land, where life is the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. Tokens down the drain, not lost but found. In the kingdom of Pooie, where riches is found. Richard Heart reigns with the scepter so bright, turning waste into wealth with all his might. King Pooie, where memes and divine meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pooie land, where laughter's the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. From the day's first gleam to Pulsechain stream, every flush brings a dream. With humor and grace in this magical place, Pooie lands a space where dreams embrace. King Pooie, where memes and divine meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pooie land, where laughter's the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. So come on, to the kingdom of gold. With Richard Heart, the stories unfold. In Pooie land, where tokens thrive. Join the kingdom now, come and see. Tokens down the drain, not lost but found. In the kingdom of Pooie, where riches abound. Richard Heart reigns with a scepter so bright, turning waste into wealth with all his might. From the day's first gleam to Pulsechain stream, every flush brings a dream. With humor and grace in this magical place, Pooie lends a space where dreams embrace. From the day's first gleam to Pooie landing, where new means and divine meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pooie land, where life is the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. So come on to the kingdom of gold. With Richard Heart, the stories unfold. In Pooie land, where tokens thrive. Join the fun and feel alive. We about to get balls pumping. You wanna see the show? Stick around and you'll see something. Other blocks repping chains can't be coming. PTV coming. We coming. Top spot incoming. Won't be market cap. Don't be nothing. We about to make the pulse feel something over here. All pulse, no rugged. We about to put a stop to meme. Hunting only wants to shill. After us, all the memes gonna mean nothing. We the shit. I don't mean dumping, Dr. Mean dumping. Feeling like Jordan jumping. Let me jump in. I only see me and me. So the words with the scene. Our movement in motion. Your content stuck on freeze. This shit is not what it seems. We lit like candles, only green. Can't pick, what a team. KP, should we tell them what else we got? We got the temperature rising, hopes ain't bombing, heart rate's climbing, high tide's coming, both bags pumping, they clock hopping, trying to rush it, we not stopping, moon it coming, 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 move it coming, move it coming, move it coming. Who wants to be a king? Do you want to be a queen?
Hey, you guys, it's John here, Crypto Compassion. Welcome to the shit show. Hey, we're going to have a special guest, Vibra Finance. He brings a lot of wealth of insight and knowledge into the crypto markets, the macro markets, He's always researching crypto as a whole. Before I bring him up, we always like to, give a shout out to RH. He's out here playing 5D chess within crypto. One of the taglines that I remember him saying, though, is, when, at the end of all this stuff, what's important? And he says, people are the end game. We're out here just trying to build community. And I believe that we are in the best blockchain in regards to DeFi and what he's building. So I'm going to go ahead and post a video in where RH came again to the United States, did his thing. And that's kind of how we birthed, King Pooie. But really, it comes down to the community, you guys. We're just trying to build community, and that's where we're reaching out to individuals like Vibra, and we're getting insight into other things, aside just from Pulsechain, but crypto as a whole. And I do believe that Pulsechain, and there's other projects within Pulsechain that are building awesome things, whether it's PTGC. I know Vibra also talks about Titan X. I'm in Titan X. There's a lot of great things being built, but make no mistake, Hexaecutioner is the place to be. And here's Richard Hart. You guys, let's check it out.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne, living in...
It's Richard Hart, rumored billionaire and bidet service technician. I'm here to install your bidet, sir.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
Here we go. Look at that technology right there. It's going to wash your butt, and your butt's going to be clean. Let's get to work. Woo! Who doggy? Wow, this thing actually works great. Well, anyway, Richard Hart here, rumored to be a billionaire, installing a bidet for someone that I love. It seems to work just fine. It only cost $100, and well, I don't see any leaks. So, clean butts for everybody.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne, living in...
Clean butts for everyone. Clean butts for everyone. Yeah, thank you, Richard Hart. Obviously, we are building a community out here, you guys. The community of DeFi, self-sovereignty. That's the ethos of what Pulsechain and crypto represents. When we can get people out of the matrix, get them out of the corporate and the government institutions, and protect their assets, protect their sovereignty, their wealth, all that kind of good stuff. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring up Vibra here. He provides a wealth of insight and knowledge into the macro, into the crypto. He does this full time. We greatly appreciate everything he's doing for the community as a whole. Vibra, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro? Appreciate the intro. Doing well, man. Finally, feels like that time of the year. Q4, everyone's starting to get excited. Feel like the green candles are incoming, and hopefully that starts to bring people together. And this like tribalism and everyone arguing and fighting can kind of be a thing of the past.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, it gets so old, and I know that you're a dude that like is inclusive, and that you recognize technologies out there and people building, and that there's a lot of smart people out here that are just building, you know what I mean? And I think it goes back to that ethos of how do we protect our assets, DeFi, and escaping the matrix as a whole.
Yep. 100%, man. It's hard. It's you got to be creative. You have people's attention spans are gone these days, and they want to do nothing and just be like instantly rich, and it just doesn't work that way. You got to be here grinding and putting in that work, putting in the research. Shit just doesn't come easy. Even the hardest part about with crypto is, say you find a coin early and you get in at a 50, 100K market cap, and then it goes up to $1 million, $2 million. Do you start selling? Is it going to dump? And then you start playing mind games. So hodling a winner is the hardest part. I work with people all the time, and that's the biggest mistake I hear all the time is, I sold all these coins. I wish I just held them. I sold. I wish I just held. And that's what Richard preaches, you know, with Hex and that long-term vision, just hodlers win. And it really is true. But people don't want to hear that shit. They want to hear, how do I get rich tomorrow? How do I get rich tomorrow? And, you know, until we can get rid of that mentality, and you know, this space is the wild, wild west, is going to continue to be that way.
For sure. For sure. I'm going to let some of the other team members hop in here and let's just chop it up. Let's just talk about crypto macro. Obviously, there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. But yeah, you're right. I think everyone in the ecosystem feels the shift happening within crypto in spite of like the world burning down, you know what I mean? Or what have you. And there's a lot of manipulation, dude. We know there's a lot of manipulation from the top corporations, whether it be BlackRock or whatever. They're doing their things to jockey for position, and everyone sees it. There's a flight to safety where the financial markets are going to crumble. I mean, the fiat system it's built on sand. You know what I mean? The foundation is just going to crumble, and the things that crypto is building and the things that RH is building are built to last. And so, yeah, thanks for hopping in here. I'm going to go and pull up Vets, pull up Rip City. We got ourselves.
What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Thanks for coming on.
No problem. What's going on, fellas?
Adam, I don't know if you ever met Hexaecutioner. He's a great dude. He works with, you know, he works the likes of Sloth and Red Squirrel and all that kind of good stuff. So, AJ, I'm going to go ahead and mute you down because you got some road noise. No, you're all good. AJ's out here working, driving, you know, doing his thing. And then you got Hexaecutioner over here who's just running the LP game. You know, he's really helped out a lot of people. We always like to tee him up and what he's doing as far as teaching people about LP and the genius behind LP and how that helps people out in their journey within crypto. So,
yep, awesome.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Mark. How's it going? It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, there's so much good stuff going on all across, and like we need to all come together. Like this whole tribalism with even like Titan X, like people that are just low key blasting people. It's like, man, guys, what are we doing here? We're all in this for the same reasons, and it's just a shame to see. You know, we're all. A lot of the stuff people say would never be said in person, face to face. And that's
sure. Hey, you know, I know you hold Titan. You know, I hold Titan. The one thing that I do see within that community is they will shill each other's projects. They, you know what I mean? They are like, like the tribalism is like, hey, whatever. You got Helios. You got, you know, obviously we got our boy Face in Reality coming up with, you know, his stuff. There's just good stuff happening, and I hope that, you know, the Pulsechain community can kind of adopt that in regards, and we can kind of just, and maybe it takes green candles, I don't know, but bottom line is I see that you got your tentacles in a lot of different places, and I always see that you do the research. So shout out to you on that, man.
Appreciate it, bro. And we're trying to now with a new project that's being worked on, the Titan Party, that we want to bring people together in person. The Pulsechain community, the Hex tours, the meetups that Maddie put on, they were so awesome. People that had a blast that were there. They were super productive, and we need more of that. Like bringing all of us together, in-person events. I think that'll really help the tribalism, and you know, just it's funny when you get in front of people, they're just completely different. You know, these internet, you know, you have your persona or whatever, the stuff you like, but in person, it's a different story. So I think a lot more meeting in person, and hopefully once green candles calling, people can have more money, you know, you can justify traveling and doing some in-person stuff. But right now, when you can't be selling your bags at the bottom to be doing anything, you got to be trying to find ways to make money on the side or do something else and add to your bags.
For sure, for sure. Like Bets here said, obviously, hey, you guys, like, retweet, please subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. We're trying to get the good word out as far as crypto and DeFi. Obviously, you know, we've built a project on Pulsechain, you know, being King Pooie and Queen Pooie coming. But at the end of the day, we're trying to get people to get into DeFi, get into crypto, and take back their sovereignty, and just know that there's a battle out here. It's almost like there's a battle of your mind too. It's not just your energy. We see it within media. There is a war, and we need to take back the power. So thanks for being in here. What are you seeing in regards to some of your crypto journeys? I mean, aside from like PTGC and TitanX and Pulsechain and Hex, and obviously the things that are being built, what are some of the, I guess, insights that you bring to the table that are kind of been mind revealing to you?
Well, honestly, it's almost like every day something, and I just was trying to kind of start with going back to 2019, 2020, when Jamie Dimon was publicly blasting Bitcoin, telling all his employees, if you hold Bitcoin, you mention Bitcoin, you're fired. So just to see, okay, how that was the mainstream message. It's so bad. It's for criminals. Any employee of these banks, you're gone if you even hold this stuff. And then fast forward 4 or 5 years later, it's funny how the mainstream narrative now is Bitcoin's going to 150K. Michael Saylor says it's going to billions of dollars. So people are now just jumping on board with the mainstream when 4 years ago it was for criminals. You don't want to touch it. Now it's the greatest thing ever. So I don't trust anything the mainstream says. I think that we're all being completely deceived. I don't think Bitcoin has much more room. And I'm one of the only few people that I don't believe Bitcoin is going to get much over 100,000. I really think if it hits 100, it'll be like a sentimental thing, and that'll be it. I don't think we're ever going higher than that. I think the whole tether thing is going to be a big problem that people are sleeping on right now. And if you notice, they don't have it on exchanges in the United States. They don't have it in Europe. They're slowly getting rid of it. And there's a reason for that. And I think the stablecoin regulation that's upcoming is going to really change this industry. I think the Richard Harts are going to start to be able to thrive. I think there's going to be a big shift across the whole industry with Ripple and XRP, XLM, and Hedera, like the core blue chip coins that have made partnerships with all the businesses around the world. They're building the infrastructure for Web3, for all this new technology. And all the stuff that I'm the most bullish on, you go to any of the mainstream channels and they won't even mention it. So it's hard trying to sell people and convince them when everywhere they go, they're going to see the polar opposite. Right. I heard the polar. I don't want to invest in that. I heard that's just a dust coin, or that coin's going nowhere. And I think there's a whole reason behind that. All of retail is being kind of led astray. And it's the same thing with Hex and Pulsechain. If you're in this ecosystem, you know how solid it is. You know we have the best founder probably in crypto. You know how much ETH he has waiting to deploy, allegedly, over to pump the Pulsechain. Like, we are so confident. We know what's coming. And I feel that same way with multiple projects around crypto. And you got to do the research. You got to go against what everybody else is telling you. And you truly got to just believe in this stuff. Like, I don't care. I have my bags packed and I'm confident with it. And nobody is going to shake me out of that unless new information or facts come along. Like, I'm here, I'm all ears. But so far, nobody has been able to refute all the stuff that I talk about, where this stuff is going in the future with just cross-border payments and peer-to-peer payments, all that stuff. So I don't know if there's like this just big like conspiracy going on from the mainstream to keep the good stuff out of the hands of retail and to be led into the Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are going to end up being like Napster and AOL. I feel like they've failed. ETH can't scale, and there's already technology here that is proven to scale. And I just think we're right at that time where the legislation is about to start favoring crypto. It's becoming political now, and I'm really excited for the future, man. With DeFi, with Richard Hart, with the TitanX community, there's so much going on that to sit here and argue and fight and bicker, like, I don't even have time for that anymore. I just block people. I don't care. And I want to just learn as much as I can and just be here to relay that information to people that care and want to listen.
Well, my friend, I think we just need to put a little chaos in Get some education out there and everything will be all right and people will stop losing their minds. But I like where you're coming from.
Exactly. People need to be educated.
I wanted to kind of hop on a little bit and get your point of view on some newer technology that we're just starting to hear about a little bit. I think in like the last couple of weeks, I think last cycle we were hearing a lot about Web3 and what Web3 is going to bring and what people are going to be able to do with that, and the people who are designing on that technology, what they're going to do. But now I hear that we're hearing a lot about Web5. Have you picked up on that? Have you looked into it any as far as the expansion of Web5 does for focusing on like decentralized identifiers and verifiable credentials and decentralized nodes and things like that work with Web5?
Honestly, Web5 is new to me. Like that's the first I've heard that term, but that's like some of the stuff that is coming, like with the XRP ledger, for example. They need clawbacks to come. They need identity to come. So the amendments that are in the pipeline and are being voted on now are coming right into time where the legislation is going to be there, which I think is going to be super pro Ripple. I think they're going to have a majority. There's going to be a liquidity event crisis that happens in the next couple months, and they're going to be there to flood the market with their RLUSD, save the day. Warren Buffett has 280, the most cash he's ever had, sitting on the sidelines. He's going to play savior again. I think it's setting up all for it. And yeah, that's the stuff that does fascinate me. I was watching a stream yesterday, a new company building on Hedera called Neuron. And they have these little sensors, and for like airplanes and drones and real-time data, they're now building their sensors into the manufacturer level. So it like takes this stuff to a whole new level with them now having the infrastructure built in all these mainstream products that was never there, 2 months ago. So this stuff, that's where it is all going. It's all going to where we're going to be completely decentralized. Banking is going to be decentralized. We're going to have like Bank Social's a project that I'm bullish on, which is a decentralized credit union. You'll be able to store your assets there. They're going to be under qualified custodianship. They're going to be insured, but you're going to have to use KYC, and a lot of people don't want to do that. So it becomes, do you want to kind of protect yourself and have no like insurance behind it? Or at some point, I think this stuff is going to be so mainstream where all the banks are setting up to custody crypto, where you'll be able to go to your KeyBank or Bank of America and just deposit your crypto assets in there and borrow against them. I think that's where this is all inevitably going. And from what I see, it's just like the infrastructure is being built now. So where Fidelity, you have the ability to log in with your MetaMask account and do whatever you want. I think that is ready now. And I think the institutions have been using it. Like I've been following the institutional DeFi now. It seems like since March, MetaMask Institutional came out where you could use DeFi as an institution, but for us retailers, it's way too risky. So it's almost like the banks need to have it. They need to use it first, and then retail gets to like chew on the scraps. It feels like they want to custody all the assets, earn yield on them, and sell all the people like a paper derivative product. Like, if you want chain, like, oh, we'll give you JP Link. It's the same thing. It's the same price. Don't worry about it, but you can't stake it or earn yield on it or anything, which people aren't even going to understand. They're not going to care, I think. So that's where it's all going. But I really hope it stays away from that centralization. People choose the decentralized credit unions and banks and stuff that's coming where, we don't ever have to walk into another bank. If we want to get a loan, there's a protocol out there. How much money do you need? You have the assets. All right, you put it in a smart contract. There you go. Now you have a loan. And like just the amount of friction this stuff is going to remove in even like real estate when that gets all tokenized and brought on chain. I mean, that's trillions of dollars that when that value comes on chain, if it's on Hedera, if it goes to XRP or XLM or ETH, whatever chain that is, you all of a sudden have trillions of dollars of assets being tokenized, brought on chain. That's going to lift the value of these chains. Now, how is that going to crash? I just don't see when this flood comes in, how's it going to come back down? It almost makes me feel like this last bear market has been intentional to drill into our heads, like the pain, and you better not, hold too long again. And then I don't think we'll ever see a bear market like this again. I just feel like with all the adoption, once this money comes in and is on chain, how's it going to leave chain, or where's it going to go after that? Like the end game is to what Richard's doing, bring all your value onto your own chain that you control. And I think he's front running all that. And that's why he's, I think, just the GOAT crypto founder. And we're just, I go on forever, but we're super lucky to be where we are.
Yeah, no, you bring up a great point. Now more than ever, you start interjecting like real world assets onto chain. It's not so tied to so much of this like vaporware. You talked about Tether and the fact that, what's it built on? You know what I mean? It's built on a sandy foundation in which, like people don't know, you know what I mean? But when you start interjecting like real estate, you know what I mean? Gold on chain, the floor is set where it's a lot stronger foundation. Yeah.
The derivatives market, we don't even know how much money's in the derivatives market. I mean, it is such a joke. It's like if I give you $100 and you bet that I was going to trip and break my ankle, and then you took that $100 and lent it out to Hexaecutioner, like, hey, all right, we're going to bet that he doesn't fall $100 with it. And there's 50 bets out on the same $100 and nobody knows what's going on. So once, like, that's what I think is holding this stuff back, because you bring it all on chain. Now you trust, or truth replaces trust. You can see what's actually going on. So all these scams, all the little, like, the black holes that money gets funneled through from the central banks, like, we don't know where it goes, where it comes from, but it just appears in the markets. And the blockchain solves all that. And I think that also too is kind of one of the fears, is we could see all the nonsense that's been going on. And what do you, at once, you just bring it all down and just blame? I don't know how this plays out, but there's going to be some kind of crisis again, like an 08 style. It's inevitable.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're seeing it. There's cycles, and obviously there's always these manipulations of these wars going on, and all these wars are like bankers' wars. It's sickening to think that we send our sons and daughters to war to basically profiteers, you know what I mean? And the roosters are coming home to roost, and people are wakening up to that fact. And the people are saying, no, screw that. I'm going to step outside of your system, and I'm jumping into crypto. And it's just not this meme coin price go up. It's like, how do I protect my assets? How do I protect my 401k? Because you guys are screwing it. So bankers' wars is right,
Crazy,
buddy.
bro. I mean, just the dollars. I mean, they're devaluing like 11% a year right now. I mean, that's nuts. So you got to think that's 15% now is break even. So, I'm getting 12% in my portfolio. Well, you just netted a 3% loss. That's not good. So all of a sudden, Richard Hart's 38% a year doesn't sound too crazy when you take 15 out of that. So now you're making 23 on average over 15 years. Like, it's not that crazy.
Right. Hexaecutioner, you always have some insight into this stuff, and right now it's like Vibra's just hitting us with the alpha. You know what I mean? It's like, but you always drop alpha too, and I know you're right here.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I mean, you're always.
Do I get to be on this side of the aisle to listen to someone else's point of view on these types of things? You know what I mean? Like, usually it's speculative, regardless of what your point of view is. Because the market's forever changing. By the time that this show gets done, we might get hit with something that changes our own point of view almost immediately, based off of, like, you got, like you said, you got Jamie Dimon coming out and talking out of the left side of his face, but then doing something out of the right side of his face that completely contradicts what he's saying. So how is the market supposed to be able to respond to something like that? You've got the strikes that's going on with the ports, right? Like, how much uncertainty do you think that adds to the mix with the things that are going on when, the things that we would consider controversial is whether we can actually consider the custody that we have of our assets actually ours or not, and whether those assets can be identified to us or not, or whether we are going to use it in a malicious way or not, or whether someone else is going to come and do the same thing and then try to sweep the whole floor out from underneath us. It's kind of a tough market these days, and it's always been that way. But I think the one thing that always stays true is that the market cycles always run. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you guys all heard that too, that this is the last cycle that we're going to have. This is the last run. This is it. And it's like, that's laughable as hell, you know, for a lot of us who've been in these markets for quite a while. These things aren't changing. It's the same song and dance that it's always been. And I agree with what a lot of what Vibra's saying, like a lot, actually. This is nice to be on this side to listen.
I mean, like all like I love, like I'm obsessed with this shit. And all like this morning I woke up, listened to Max. One of my favorite researchers is Maximus Crypto, and he's big into quant, into XRP and Hedera and Stellar. And he just did a 40-minute video with quant and the AI connections, and Gilbert Verdi and the founder, his whole history of working with internet security before he even came to quant. And it's just like all these connections in the background, and he ties things together with facts and proof, and it's not just speculation. And when you watch hundreds of hours of somebody's content, it's a full-time job to put that stuff together, to go all do that research. He's got a group of guys that feed him it's a whole network of people out here trying to dig this stuff up, and it's a lot of work. And it's, you know, once you see enough of it and you see facts, and you just, I know it's coming. I know things are going where we say. I mean, the proof is there. You can find it. It's very hard. And people don't have the attention span to sit through an hour-long stream. They want, okay, what's the coin I need to buy? When do I buy it? When do I sell it? How much am I going to make? It's like, that's not how it works. Like, if you want to do crypto right, it is like an 8 to 10 year retirement plan. Nowhere else can you take a half a year's salary, invest it into the market, and make 20 years of wages. Like it's nowhere else. And this is the opportunity. And I just like to have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, where if XRP and Ripple aren't the ones, then is it going to be Hedera? Is it going to be Stellar? Is it going to be Pulsechain? Is it going to be Aptos? I mean, I don't know. Like, but I want to spread my bets out to where if this goes wrong, it's got to go this way. Like with stable coins, I think people are going to realize, oh shit, those are the CBDCs. They can when Jenny Johnson, who's the CEO of Franklin Templeton, I was watching an interview with her and Danelle Dixon of Stellar, and they were laughing and giggling, and they're like, yeah, we were just meeting with regulators and the Department of Justice, and they were laughing and saying that Tether and Circle were their best friends because they could track everything and shut down any wallet they want. So people realize that, they think, oh wait, the CBDC, I think, was a distraction to get to issue stable coins, which are the CBDC. So that's like, okay. So people are going to think, where do I go from there? And that's where PDI comes in, and Richard Hart, where if this can be backed by assets on chain, how big this could be when that actually clicks and says, oh shit, the only real stable coin that's actually free, that no one can just shut my wallet or keys down, is PDI. I mean, I think that's huge. So I'm almost right now kind of happy that we're not getting any coverage. We're just flying under the radar, because it gives us more time for just things to build, these liquidity to flow to the right places. And just the more that can back PDI, the more assets that are in there and locked with a Tropa. And then you have Affection and Dysnomia coming on top. If all those three can be built out and we're just flying under the radar, like, oh my God, the future is so bright for us. So bright.
You know, and that's where like RH is, you know, we are kind of flying under the radar, and then it's just going to switch, because make no joke, he wants the believers to be, rewarded. He wants those that have, been in the trenches, that have been through the bear markets, those that have been building, those that are of the understanding of true DeFi. He wants to make millionaires. And why? Just so we can get Lambos? No, he wants us to be free and help us to help others set the captives free. I mean, one of my most favorite quotes from RH was, at the end of all this, what do you want to be known for? And he says, it's the people. It's the people. He recognizes that we are in a sick and dying world, and that if people can't financially get free and protect those assets in a way that's not caught up in the corporations and the governments, they're still enslaved. And so in order to do that, he needed to create an alternative system, and that's what we're doing here. And, hey, man, I appreciate you hopping on to the shit show with us. I just want to shout out a couple people. We got Bright Light in here. Thank you, buddy, for hopping in here. Hex Glenn, What's up, man? Of course, we got ourselves Vibra Finance, the CEO, 10 Top, all places, Mobius, Smo Spider, Believe in Yourself. We got Susie Q up in here. We got to throw in some Thoschilds. Where's Thoss at, man? Did he change his name up? What's going on there?
What's
What's going on, Thoss? He's Rock Wilder now? Goodness gracious. I have no Thoschilds, man. You got Ground Reagan, you got Conspiracy and Crypto here, Willie. We got, a lot of people just joining in. We got ourselves Bright Light. Of course, we got ourselves our man, the myth, the legend, the shit show. So thanks for hopping in here. Thanks for everyone hopping in. Hit the like, hit the retweet, hit the subscribe. We're obviously trying to build out a community of people who are believers in DeFi and crypto and everything that's happening. This is the alternative to the Matrix, and that's what we're trying to do. We need to escape it. So he says, bend that. All right. Much love to the brother. I haven't talked with him in a minute, though. Dosh, you're awesome, man. We got Brizology up in here also.
Well.
The Biz with Briz.
Briz the
been
man.
Here.
Love
Briz is the man. He's been in the trenches digging it up. So, come on.
I love Briz's beefs, bro. It's so funny. It's so funny.
I like his point of view. It seems like it's humorous, but it also seems like it's very much so not. Like you just take either side of it with that. I wanted to like shine a light on what you said earlier, Vibra, about the short-term mindedness of a lot of people that are in this ecosystem, and that they just constantly shoot themselves. I think we call them Jeets, right? There's a lot of Jeets, right? And I think that the Dragon X guys were mentioning this on Twitter last night about how people only give an asset like 30 days before this thing's garbage and there's nothing, there's no economic energy here. And then a year later, look at what's going on with a lot of these things that are coming out of the woodwork and creating green candles and hyper deflationary mechanisms and building on top of it to create more of a scarcity type of environment that can actually bring some value in. But man, it does seem like it's an important issue to try to change that mindset to maybe diversify, kind of like, I know that's not exactly what you were saying, but maybe it kind of was like going through and filtering out your available amount of liquidity to all these other things. So that way, if you were to strike out, at least you're going to bat 1,000 on one of them, right? You might not be correct about all of it, but you're giving yourself the time and the availability to win in the long run. And there's just a whole lot of Jeet mentalities out there, right? If it isn't winning today, you just launched yesterday. It's not winning today, it's garbage. It's like, dude, you're just extractors. Like we need more of a mindset of the long-term availability of how success is actually created, built, and garnered by the community itself. And we just don't have enough of that, I don't think. So I appreciate you bringing that type of mentality up. I mean, it's very important that you don't go into an investment into a Fortune 500 company and then talk about cheating out of it in a fucking week. Pardon my language, but that's an investment. That's an actual investment. That's what this is turning into. So
you're so right, man. And there's like people I work with privately, and even like anybody DMs me, like I'll help like anyone, like to ask questions. I respond to anybody, and there are people where I literally say, "Here's my wallet. You can watch every move I make. You can buy all the coins and hold them with me," and they literally can't do it. They cannot physically hold the coin that's not going up while another coin that was on their radar is pumping. They have to sell them and go into other coins. They physically can't do it. And that was eye-opening to me. And it was like, okay, so you people can talk the talk, but I mean, there's only so much you can do. And even it's funny how like Crypto Banter, he's the trading show, the trading guru. And the last like week or so, he's been really talking about just long-term hodling. Just hodl, don't trade. You're gonna get wrecked. Just hodl. And it's like, wait, well, aren't you the trading channel here, the best traders in the world? And now you're saying don't trade, everyone gets wrecked. And it's true. Like I know one person that literally leverage trades and crushes it. One person. out of everyone I've met in crypto. So I mean, I see that it's like, okay, why would I even, how am I going to beat the most sophisticated AI bots and algorithms out here? My dumbass clicking buttons here, you don't have a chance. So I watch people like that can't hold. And then I have friends from last cycle that knew I got into crypto, we're close friends, and we're like, all right, I got $5,000. What should I buy? And they got into Polygon at under a penny and a Hex and a couple other gems. And that $5,000 turned into 300K. And they bought in early 2020 and didn't touch a thing until almost November of 2021. They just made one buy and one sell of each coin. And they did better than 99% of people I had been around and seen. So that was really eye-opening to see, like, holy shit, these guys literally bought once and didn't do a thing. And they won more than everyone that was moving in and out, chasing, going around in circles. And it really is true. So I try to preach like the long-term mindset is pick the winners that are going to be here, like XRP and Hedera, Stellar, Quant. Those are the blue chip mainstream coins. Those are what I'm trying to uphold for the long term. But right now, Pulsechain and Titan X are where all the big gains in AI. I think that in gaming, those you're going to see way more gains. But over the long term, I don't know. What if Titan X? I want to believe that because it's in the code, but it's just all so new. But that's where, like, if you believe in stuff, you have to feel uncomfortable doing it. Like, I remember day one of Titan X doing max miners and talking to Chris from the Verse and being like, I don't know, should we do more? And I was just like, screw it, I'm doing 10 more. I don't even care. And like that uncomfortable feeling, you have to do that. And even right now with certain projects, like if you read the white paper, the tokenomics, everything is making sense. These coins are about to go deflationary. The communities are growing. I mean, this is massive opportunity in front of our face. And I just want to be in the stuff that pumps in the short term and then have my bags of the winners long term that I don't have to worry about, because you can't be trying to sell every top and buy every bottom. You're going to just get destroyed. You got to have your long-term portfolio that you're okay with the short-term noise. And oh God, I'm down 80%. If I had just sold there and just held stable coins and rebought, like, you got to get out of that mindset. It's really hard to do. But for me, it's been having that long-term portfolio that I just don't touch. It's the coins I believe in, and then the short-term stuff on Pulsechain and Titan X and, other smaller cap AI plays, gaming, DPIN, stuff like that I think is going to really run the cycle.
So you're telling me that it's smart to create a budget?
Yeah. Wow. Or if you're dumping money into crypto, at least have money coming in on the side. Don't just be spending all your money if you have nothing coming in or on credit. Like, you have to be able to keep making more money. Where you're catching falling knives and you're like this, it's hard. No one thought we were going to run this hard. Like, I thought the bottom was in March, April. I did not think we were going to roll over again, but that's why it's so important to have money on the side. Even if you keep always 5-10% of your portfolio in stable coins, that's huge, because you could always just buy these little dips with a little bit of powder, but it's hard to do. And that's what just the experience of being here for multiple cycles, you just learn, and it just starts to unfaze you. I mean, last cycle, I was a maniac on chain. I was buying stuff every single day. Oh, what's down? What's pumping? Oh my God, I got to get this. And now I don't even make it. Like, some days I won't even make a transaction. Like, I literally won't even open my wallet. And that being able to do that has been huge, I think, where you don't care about the volatility. You wake up, you're like, cool, things are pumping, cool, things are dumping, and you just go on with your day. It doesn't affect you anymore. I think that getting to that stage is where you want to get. And for everybody, it's going to be different. There's no oh, this is what you got to do, and all of a sudden you'll be there. It's, everyone's different, and it's just, I think, just experience and just getting wrecked, winning, knowing what to do, and surrounding yourself with people that will help. It'll kind of guide you in the right way and guide you from trading and just the meme coins. And it's just bad. The Solana, not meme coins, but like Solana and these other chains, the pumped out funds where the average person goes there, they're gonna get rugged. Like, it's no doubt about it. The average person is destroyed if they're doing that stuff. And I think, that's got to change.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, people are out here, working these jobs. You don't see them opening up their 401ks every 30 minutes to see what's going on. You got to, you know what I mean? You got to choose the winners, and obviously you got to do the research too. And I know you do that. And so it's like you do the research, you lock in, you get the winners. You know that team is made up of comprised of winners. You know that the tokenomics are set in place. You know that it provides, like real world, product market fit, and you lock in and you let it go. Like some of my closest friends that are like in crypto, but they have these full-time jobs, and they'll message me like 4 months later, like, hey, what's going on with crypto? They're probably going to win harder than some of these other people. They're like, they got into the Pulsechain, sacrificed the Pulsex. They haven't been getting chopped up by in here, like trying to ratio trade this, or they got their bags just sitting there. And at the end of it, they're probably going to win harder than a lot of people because they just forgot about it. Not that they forgot about it, but they just said, I'm going to go on and do life. And then I'm going to come back. And they're starting to talk to me because they're hearing stuff about Bitcoin. They're hearing stuff about RH because they will pick up some tweets and they'll send me a comment, what's this about the Pulsex and not having that much, Pulsex in there, and like $100 million will basically send it. And it's like, yeah, it will. And so, yeah, I mean, people just need to, lock in, know their position and know that they're in the right place at the right time and feel really comfortable with their convictions. You know what I mean?
And sometimes people just have to make mistakes to learn. Like,
true.
You're already 75% of the way in when you're doing stuff, right? And sometimes it takes time through the cycles. Like a lot of us that are here that have been through multiple cycles, like we didn't just come out here fresh and be like, yeah, we're making all the right choices. Like we made mistakes. Like we dipped into things that we were kind of uncertain about and tested it and messed around with it and asked good questions. And whether we stayed with it or not, that was determined on the actions that we actually did. But I think there's a lot of people out there that would just rather, listen to other people, right? Instead of, because they're just not going to get it, right? Until they get themselves into doing the same mistakes that we made, maybe potentially in a small way, to make it relevant to how they decide to actually utilize their assets in an investment type of quality. Something else that you brought up is like with these other tokens like Ripple and Hedera and things like that, like they're multi-cycle and they're still here. Sure. So that's going to garner you a little bit more of a confidence factor with you and your investment on whether you're actually going to put more of your liquidity into it to be able to garner this availability to capture gains on the upside if that's what you were doing. But I mean, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about the success of the project in a very large way, that you're not capturing gains at the end of the cycle. You're capturing gains in 10, 15 years, and that's how we do those types of things, because we did the short-minded thing, and it pardon my language, but it fucked us. It fucked everybody that does that. They get chopped up, and I don't know. You hear it all the time, you hear all the warnings, but it's like talking to a teenager, right? They're going to do whatever they want to do, regardless of what you say. They just want to feel comfortable. What they really want you to do is to tell them that the dumb shit that they're doing is exactly what they should do. They don't want to hear all the rest of it. They want you to facilitate the availability for their degen status to be even more flourishing, which is not always the case. It's not a good thing to do.
And Hexaecutioner, I think, I know that you never like to toot your own horn. And so I'm going to take this little moment. Hey, you guys, Hexaecutioner is part of our team over here. He provides an LP course. So, it's in the description. I'm going to show a little video for you because I'm going to show you, what people need to know is there's an opportunity in LP, liquidity providing, for you not to just be doing all this trading, for you to understand LP and know that you can win. And so Hexaecutioner is the man.
Unlock the power of liquidity with confidence at Hexaecutioner's Higher Learning Patreon. Join and have access to exclusive bonus content, live chats, and direct one-on-one connections with Hexaecutioner. Learn how price discovery can be on your side through liquidity providing. Visit patreon.com/Hexaecutioner and take the first step now to higher learning.
Hold my beer.
And that's community made. Like, I didn't even do that. That's crazy. That's great. Like, I like that other people are supporting me and I don't even have to do anything. So that's really nice. I like that.
You know, we do have a robust team. I'm not like everything that we're trying to do too is not just about the things that we're building for like King and Queen Pooie. It's to admonish the other builders too within our ecosystem. They're doing awesome things. And the LP stuff that you do is cross chain. You know what I mean? It's something that, you know, you're teaching people how to be smart about their assets. And so obviously Smo Spider built that, you know, made that video for you. We got some talent on our team though. Bottom line is I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I know that on the back end, we got some awesome shit coming for everyone. And that's another time or place. I'm just excited to be in the room with, you know, the two of you guys, you know, dropping some alpha in regards to the broader crypto markets, the macro. We need to know these things. You know what I mean? This is how we navigate these waters of this crazy stuff. And, you know, hey, shout out for, you know, speaking of which, shout out to, you know, Facing Reality for hopping in here too. You know, he's out here building some stuff. And, you know, we're going to have the opportunity to have him on the channel, talk some shit with us and have the shit show and just, you know, let us know what he's building. I know it's within the Titanx ecosystem and all that kind of good stuff. And, you know, I know he hasn't like turned his back by any means on Pulsechain. He's a true conviction believer in what, you know, RH is building, where we're at. So, you know, shout out to him. Much love to you, brother. Much love.
That's smart. And like, you know, I really am hoping that what happened to Ripple and XRP doesn't happen to Richard Hart this cycle. I really hope this lawsuit ends sooner rather than later, because just the overall the look from the general public, regardless if you know anything about Hex, Richard Hart, when you just see founder being sued by the SEC, is just negative, and we need that to go away. And I hope it doesn't affect our ecosystem like it did XR. I don't think it will, because I mean, we're not on exchanges anyways, but the sooner the case ends, I think the better for us. Richard needs to be able to stream. He needs to be out here talking to people, and he'll be, man, as soon as that happens, like, all these doors are just going to start crumble. He's just going to be the GOAT. I think all the coin market cap, the coin, all that stuff just goes away, and he gets the recognition. And like, the next Bitcoin is out there. Like, Bitcoin's at the end of its life. It failed as payment. It's now allegedly digital gold. So if it is, it should be worth like an ounce of gold, I think. I don't think it's going to see. I mean, it's just got too much power. It's too wasteful. It's failed. I think it could be, you put a U in front of POW and now it's useful proof of work. You could use that giant network to train all these AI models, and it just makes more sense for where we're going. And the next Bitcoin is out here right now. Like, we're looking at it. We don't even know it. But in 10 years, we'll look back and say, oh my God, how did we not see this coming? And that's why, you know, I like betting on Richard Hart. I like betting on Ripple. I like betting on multiple, even with Titan X now. I mean, it's programmed to be hyper deflationary for 8 years or 10 years. Like, we've never seen this stuff. So out of Richard Hart's genius is now the next layer of it's like DeFi 3.0 coming. So we're like at the forefront of some incredible stuff, and I don't know what it's going to be, but that's why I just like being involved with all of it and spreading out into all these ecosystems. When there's a community there's passion, there's people building stuff that's going to make a difference. Like, it only makes sense that the value will be reflected someday.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate everyone hopping in here. You know, part of the shit show, we try to, you know, minimum 30 minutes, maximum an hour. We try to, like, we're doing this, you guys, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I'm going to hop into some bonus streams, you know, here where I'll just be diversifying, getting on other people's streams, and, you know, on the weekends, getting into, it's time to really start planting seeds, everyone, too. I mean, I think everyone feels it, knows it. It's time to go. It's time to make things happen. So I appreciate you, Vibra, hopping in here. Poorah, you know, to that. You know, there's a lot more conversations that we need to have that are in depth, that go down these, you know, rabbit holes. Hexaecutioner, you're the man. I appreciate you hopping in here too, man. Good shit.
Yeah, it was fun being able to talk to Vibra. I don't think that you and I've actually had any long conversations. I think we've been in the same places, but
yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I really like your point of views. Yeah, it's really
Yeah, anytime you want, man, I'll come back on. Just let's give me a little heads up, and I'll be here anytime.
Hey, man, your network is your net worth, and that's what I've always believed. Like in these real meetups, and I understand that a lot of people want to protect their privacy, and that's their right. You know what I mean? But for me as a person, when I get out and you and me are in Vegas and we're doing our thing and I'm going down to Texas and what have you, if I want to increase my net worth, I'm going to go network. And I mean, that's just how it works. So I appreciate you hopping on here. Much love to everyone in the chat. I'm going to hit you guys with an outro. Later, y'all.
In the land of Pooie, where the tokens play, at your heart's the king, leading the way. It's the liquidate, golden and grand, for his dear mom in this magical land. King Pooie, where means and now meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pooie land, where life is the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. Tokens down the drain, not lost but found. In the kingdom of Pooie, where riches abound. Richard Heart reigns with the scepter so bright, turning waste into wealth with all his might. King Pooie, where means and now meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pooie land, where laughter's the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. From the day's first gleam to Pulsechain stream, every flush brings a dream. With humor and grace in this magical place, Pooie lands a space where dreams embrace. King Pooie, where memes and now meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pooie land, where laughter's the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. So come on, to the kingdom of gold. With Richard Heart, the stories unfold. In Pooie land, where the tokens thrive. Join the kingdom now, come and see. Tokens down the drain, not lost but found. In the kingdom of Pooie, where riches abound. Richard Heart reigns with a scepter so bright, turning waste into wealth with all his might. From the day's first gleam to Pulsechain stream, every flush brings a dream. With humor and grace in this magical place, Pooie lends a space where dreams embrace. From the day's first gleam to Pooie and me, where new means and divine needs. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pooie land, where life is the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. So come on to the kingdom of gold. With Richard Heart, the stories unfold. In Pooie land, where tokens thrive. Join the fun and feel alive. We about to get balls pumping. You wanna see a show? Stick around and you'll see something. Other blocks repping chains, can't be coming. Big TV coming, we coming, we coming, we coming, we coming. Top spot incoming, won't be market cap, don't be nothing. We got to make a pulse feel something over here. All pulse, no rugged, we about to put a stop to meme hunting. Only once the shit'll after us, all the memes gonna mean nothing. We the shit, I don't mean pumping, Dr. Mean dumping, feeling like Jordan jumping. Let me jump in, I only see me and me. So them words with the seed, our movement in motion, your conscience stuck on freeze. This shit is not what it seems, we lit like candles, only green. Can't think We tell them what else we got. We got the temperature rising, hopes ain't popping, heart rate's climbing, high tide's coming, both bags pumping, they clock hopping, trying to rush it. We not stopping, moon it coming, moon it coming, moon it coming, moon it coming, moon it coming. Move it coming, move it coming, move it coming.
Who wants to be a king? Do you want to be a queen?
Hoorah. Thanks for joining the shit show. We'll be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys have a great day.